Such this guy.
Join us for a conversation tonight. The chandelier starts shaking like crazy.
I've not bought. I mean, yeah. You know.
Okay, so the plan is, since the basement is so big,
We felt the need to use most of our time for the investigation, but
Hi.
first what we
No,
want to
don't
do
you?
is go ahead, come
So-
upstairs, go to room... That's not right. Maybe.
What's your name? Katrina, what about you? Jesse.
Dude, so far, like,
How
the
do you?
energy that we're experiencing in this place is like even worse than last
16.
week, which is kind of scaring me, and that's a lot to say. I've got a couple of
about
objects here
you?
that'll give you the ability to show me that you're here.
11
Either
years
that,
old.
Or have this object that you can use your
Gonna go
voice.
out.
First thing I'm going to use is this
So,
object here,
love you.
this ball.
Love you too.
And what I'm going to do is set it back here, and if you slightly tap the ball, it'll start to light up. Okay, we're here in room number 11.
You gotta find out how to like Katrina.
And sometimes when people sleep in here, they
Nice
hear the
tips,
door
too.
open.
Thank you, baby.
Even the
You're welcome.
doorknobs
You're a
start to
fuck.
rattle.
Now I'm ready.
If you are here,
I guess so.
we do have quite a
Cool.
few devices.
Don't know, go to your house at my place. My place, this is my dad. He's out all the time. Doing his business. All good. Let's unlock it. Let's go to your house. Do you know how to cook? Of course. Then, yeah, when we get there, I want you to cook me up a pizza. I'm hungry. Got it? So, where do you live? Up here, basically. Keep going straight. Keep on going. Down this way. That house over there. Okay. Over here. This house. Nice. So this house. Yeah. Cool. Park it here. Go in and cook me up pizza. I'll be chilling in the, you know. Got it. I'll be right back, babe. Good girl. Let's chill here, dog. Gang, gang. Press play.
I'll be able to make it so that you can communicate with us. Right now, Wyatt here
Here you go.
is setting up
Here's
a
a picture.
device that basically,
Thanks.
if you
Let's
get in
eat.
front of
God
us,
damn, you know how to cook, Katrina. Thank you, babe.
That's
You're welcome.
No. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and meet back up
But
with
no
you guys.
bun.
We can be friends. But only if whoever's talking to us right now isn't something evil. It's not the thing that we heard last time we were here. Is that you? Did you make those noises? Were you the one that was messing with River? What are we about to face?
Yeah. Can't really get any information from George because I don't think he wants to speak.
We got some great stuff in here, dude.
Great. What? Wait. What did you say?
What are the lights?
What are the lights?
Look, right. You want to see something crazy?
Oh my god.
Watch this, right? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this. You ready?
Zero lights?
Zero lights.
Oh my god.
Doesn't make any sense, right?
No. It is freezing in here.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Dude, I thought I'd get a lot of luck. I didn't feel like somebody was in there with me, but I did feel like somebody was next door.
Well, there's definitely some...
Go over there!
Wait, I was just talking about the basement.
You want us to go down to the basement?
So what's your last name? Coija. What about you? Huh? Well, I'm your sister. I'm your other sister. You know Tracy, what you fuck?
I think this room definitely is haunted. Some kept telling us to go in the hallway.
She's your sister
Okay,
too.
that's another thing that
Yeah, I
happened.
know.
And I know,
And I know my mom and dad split up.
Something told you guys to go in the
Yep.
hallway. Because in the hallway I heard walking, like footsteps clear as Dave, not you guys. Because I went and
Well,
checked
shit,
out
love
there
you,
and going,
sis.
Ryan, did you just
Love
make
you
that noise?
too.
I didn't make that noise. That was like perfect timing too, because I straight open the door and I hear you. I'm like, okay, but you guys are all the way on the other side of the hall. That's crazy, because somebody wants you to go in the hallway. Since you don't want the guys in here, you obviously don't want me in here either. What we're gonna do is, if any spirits can hear us right now, can understand us right now, we're gonna make our way down into the cellar. If you're interested in speaking with us, that's where we're gonna be. Her? Dude, we're just talking about two women in here. Okay, we got all the information we need up here. So, let's make our way down into the cellar.
Well, guys, it finally comes down to the reason why we even came back to Hotel Lachey.
We had no idea that this cellar was here, and it turns out all the demonic stuff that we were getting last week is because of this specific spot. Lots of people are known to use Ouija boards down here to summon the demon Zozo. And this is where a whole bunch of the Zozo stories that you guys have ever heard about,
He's
that happen
powerful.
here.
This place literally
He's
houses
powerful than the
Zozo,
Skinwalker.
which is terrifying.
He
With
said
that being said,
leave.
we have a whole bunch of information we need to try and gather tonight. So, let's get
Zozo is
started.
much more powerful than
see all these
any
footprints
fucking
right here? Like someone
Skinwalker
was trying to
can. What
get
you
out.
normally do
Yeah.
on your channel.
Am I wrong?
We're talking
You're
about
no
like
way
somebody human
near
had kicked the
ready
door. I mean, it could have been a
to go
spirit, but
against
look,
him.
those don't look like some old
So get the
goods to
fuck
me.
out.
If you want to think
That's
about
all you
this, if somebody went and closed themselves in to do something in here, they
He's
probably
way
ran
more
out,
powerful
kicked
than
the
a
door,
fucking disgusting
did.
pathetic
Yeah.
Skinwalker.
whoever's in here, whether it's Zozo or some other evil spirit. I heard that they scratch people. They can.
So if I was you, I would get the fuck out of there.
They're known to also be able to.
Skinwalkers ain't
objects,
nothing
these rocks and stuff.
compared to Zozo.
Caught it on camera.
He's really powerful.
If there's anybody in here, the three of us would like to speak to you. We've got all these objects, these devices here, so that you can use your words, or you can show us whatever it is
Way
to
powerful.
get your attention, so that you
You're
can
making a
communicate
big
with us.
mistake.
Before we
Fucking with
start,
God,
I'd like to
Zozo.
introduce all three of us. My name is Ryan.
My name is
He's
Wyatt.
ready,
My name is
so.
River.
We've heard all these stories about you,
Too right.
so we know you're here. What is it going to take for you to show us that you're here? Is the real question.
You want him to show.
Okay, so I also
Okay.
set a
Sure.
REM pod over there at the
You're
other table.
dumb.
We have one of our night
You're
cams
just
facing that, so if
deathless.
anybody walks by it, it should trigger and it'll let us know if we do hear. We are closing that so we can get more of a, I guess, personal connection with whoever is down here. Only one way in and one way out.
Any
We closed our way out.
Skinwalker.
Let's get started. First thing I'd like to do, these two objects that I have in my hand, what you can do is just slightly tap or move it and they'll start to light up. Just like this. I'm going to go ahead and set one on this corner here. If at any point you would like, you could either knock it off the shelf, tap it,
No way.
whatever you'd like to do. The second one, I'm going to go ahead and set it right here. Like I said, we just want you to communicate with us, so if you can show us those two objects right there, make those light up, or make one of them light up so that we know that you're standing nearby. This other object that I have, it will detect your movement, your motion. If you walk in front of it, move any body part you have in front of this. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate. All you have to do is walk right in front of it, just like that. It'll make music and it'll light up. None of these objects here are going to harm you in any way, so don't be afraid to use it.
But too late to choose this right now. And it's death.
Is that you?
Zozo. Also, we have this object here that you can use your words, whether it's one word or a whole sentence.
So no blonde.
All you have to do is speak into this box right here. I'm going to go ahead and set it in the center of the table.
Can you gag and choke me,
Use
baby
your
brother?
energy.
And pregnant
Give us a
me?
sign.
Sure.
Let us know
Thank
what you
you,
are, who you are.
brother. You're welcome, sis. I study sis. Oh, I know I am.
Sound.
Whoa. We just heard that.
We literally just heard something
It sounded like thumping. Loud
So
ass.
shush. How much dick have you had?
Is there an evil entity down here? An evil spirit? We want to speak with you.
16 now, 17 dick to me, including all that.
Last week when we were in the ballroom, we got on our device tunnel.
Oh, no,
That tunnel is what we're in right now. This is located right underneath the ballroom. Is that what you were saying?
Oh, no, Lord.
Where are you? Zozo, we want to speak with you. Give us a sign.
Flames.
No. Seems like that's exactly what they want. Down. Sit down. Literally. What the dude? We are calling upon the demon Zozo. Zozo, if you can hear us, if you're here, give us a sign. We've heard so many stories about you. Dark energy. Why do people say that they see you here every time somebody comes here? Why are there so many stories about you? I feel so weird. Me too.
It feels like numbing down here.
Yeah. Anticipation. Show yourself. Give us a sign.
She scares people.
She scares people. Are there multiple here?
Look, one of the employees here encountered a woman at the stairs that lead down into the cellar here. She was like trying to go up the stairs, couldn't close the door.
She's coming.
Oh! Holy shit! There's multiple dark spirits that come down here, huh?
What's her name?
Oh shit!
My EMF tick too.
No way. I didn't touch anything. She's coming and then that goes off. If she is here, walk in front of that music, please.
You hear us.
You hear us. If you're not going to come and sit with us, then we're going to go ahead and try something else. We have this object that should pick up your voice. So please come and speak with us. We just need to get them to crack, and that shit's going to start popping, dude. I have like a solid feeling it's going to happen. Alright guys, time to do a couple of EVPs. See if we can get whoever is down here to speak with us.
Whoever is down here, I just want to let you know this object in my hand.
Is what's going to give you the ability to speak. So come walk up and speak into it. Is there anybody down here with us right now? Who is the woman that people see down here? Is that you? Did you just make a noise for us? Is Zozo here with us?
Is there anybody down here with us right now? Who is the woman that people see down here? Is that you? Here. Did you just make a noise for us? Is Zozo here with us?
She's here.
She's here! Dude, did you just hear that though? It said here. Here. Did you hear it? Listen to this.
Who is the woman that people see down here? Is that you? Here.
Here! Oh shit.
Did you just make a noise for us?
She's here. She's coming. She's here now. Who is here with us right now?
Sister.
Sister of Zozo?
Does Zozo have a sister? What is your name? Why are you here?
Who is here with us right now? Does Zozo have a sister?
I heard Zozo. Yeah, I'm gonna.
What is your name? Why are you here?
Yeah, like Zozo.
Yeah, Zozo. I'm gonna try something that I've wanted to try for a while. A lot of people, when they sit in here, they hear what sounds like growling, like somebody's trapped on the other side of this wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the EVP recorder in there. I'm gonna ask some questions and see if somebody will answer through the hole.
My life was taken.
Down here. Who took the woman's life here? Do you know where we are right now? Tell, dude. It's like somebody's trying to tell us, like, what's going on, what happened. Literally.
You have to speak into the device that Ryan's holding. That's how you can tell us.
Dude, I'm starting to get the chills hell bad. Let's listen to that one more time. It was either know someone or I someone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would try another one with it. What the way? Dude, I was not close enough for that, I don't think.
Well, stand there again.
No, this is closer. I was right here.
I'm in the way.
I got it.
Here.
Here!
This is the creepy. I understand why there's footprints on this door now. I figured it out.
If you haven't been in here,
Oh shit, no way, bro. You caught it? Turning on?
5.
5 candles. 5 candles.
if you haven't been in here with us and you were stuck out there because of the door, we opened it to allow you to come and communicate with us. Zozo, or the woman, whoever you are, you're welcome to come in now.
Dude, I'm getting a up feeling when I'm just over here by myself. So I might actually grab a chair, sit in this corner, and just kind of just sit there for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I'm getting a really feeling. I'm gonna go ahead and sit in this corner. You wanna grab a camera? Yeah?
Was that just the door?
What the Grab that camera, and we'll face it on me. You just leave me in this corner.
You've got to go.
You've got to go.
Dude, something's going on.
But why is that continuous pattern in this place?
I don't know.
Them telling us to get the out of here.
Someone is definitely trying to protect us.
Is there somebody back?
Which is about 4 years ago. So after playing GTA 4 for 7 years, I was trying to distract myself from having an existential crisis. Let's continue with the video. So after playing GTA for 7 years, I've encountered quite a lot of players, and as the title suggests, I'll be dabbling with a bit of segregation and putting them into groups. First of all, we have to start with the noob. The term noob has been around for God knows how long, but unsurprisingly, these are the players that just aren't particularly good at the game. Now, there can be a few types of noob. For example, there can be the player that has just got GTA and doesn't have any experience, so don't really know what they're doing. They also don't have any money yet, so they can't buy any useful items such as a rifle. In fact, they're basically helpless without a little financial aid, and probably hate being poor. Do you want to be rich? Like me. If so, head over to Messy Modding Store for all your gaming. Would be comparable of that to a failed TikTok star.
Island boy!
They would taught anything that would help them progress in GTA Online, and at this point it's pretty much where they'll stay at for the rest of their time. Okay, so they set themselves up with a little bit of money, but their spending habits would be comparable of that to a failed TikTok star.
Island!
In fact, they're basically helpless without a little financial aid, and probably hate being poor. Do you want to be rich? Like me. If so, okay, so they set themselves up with a little bit of money, but their spending habit would be You can get GTA 5 cash and rank, GTA 5 modded accounts, and many more. And if you're having doubts, look at all these happy customers. Okay, so they set themselves up with a little bit of money, but their spending habits will be comparable of that to a failed TikTok star.
Island boy!
They wouldn't have bought anything that would help them progress in GTA Online, and at this point it's pretty much where they'll stay at for the rest of their time on the game. Now you can spot these players either by the player list, as they won't be a very high level, and will probably be dressed like Adam Sandler. And outside the player list, they'll most likely be driving around in a stolen car, crashing into everything they can see. There's a high chance they'll be amidst a 5-star police chase, pretending they're in the scene for Baby Driver, or they could just be beating up a prostitute. Basically, anything that doesn't really require money to do. Should you encounter a noob, one of two things is going to happen. Sometimes they'll be friendly and enjoy the company of another player. You can enjoy cruising around the map with them, but sometimes they make it their life's goal to try and kill you, for no reason whatsoever. And they always lose. Bruh! They may also suddenly switch up on you and decide to not be your friend. Their reactions are unpredictable at best, so be wary around them, because you never know what they're going to do next. So using my extremely thorough and high-tech ranking system that I've just created, there's going to be 5 levels, all ranked out of 5. So the first category is skill. Obviously this is just how good the player is, and everyone knows the noob is very good, so it's very low. Next up we got cringe, which is just how cringe they are. And personally, I find noobs just a little bit cringe because they can just be really annoying sometimes. Then we've got money, which can stay as it is because they basically have none. Then we've got friendliness, and on average I'd say this is pretty high for a noob. And finishing it off, we've got predictability. As I mentioned before, they are not predictable whatsoever. You never know what they're going to do. But that's it, let's move on. One step above the noob is what I'd call the casual player. These guys aren't particularly interesting, as their main goal is now just have fun with friends, something kind of yet to experience. Maybe get some money, drive around in pimped out cars, and basically just have a good time. Another thing I'm yet to experience.
Tell me you're getting somewhere. We've already lost so much of the island to...
I don't get this shit! They don't take the game too seriously, and are probably the most common player you can meet. They're not particularly good at PvP, but it doesn't really matter because there's no point fighting them anyway. But onto ranking them. Their skill level is just one step above the noob because they kind of know what they're doing. They're not very cringe, usually have a little bit of money, a bit more than a noob. Are generally the friendliest players you'll meet, and they're somewhat predictable. You can sometimes get a few bad eggs. But now we can finally get onto the more interesting players. Yes, the grinder. I'm not talking about this type, or even this type, but these players are the entrepreneurs of Los Santos. Think of Gary V, Andrew Tate, the professional. They have one goal and one goal only, getting that bread. Everyone knows cash is king in Los Santos, and over the years, Rockstar have added many ways for players to get it. From transporting stolen goods to owning a drug empire, to pulling off meticulously planned out heists, you can become a criminal mastermind without the fear of actually going to jail. First up, there's the casual grinder. The casual grinder might bash out the Rico heist, do some payphone missions, along with a few sell missions, and call it a day. Their goal is to get money, but they'll do whichever missions they feel like doing, maybe to help expand their business, or just for a bit of fun. And then we've got the hardcore grinders. The grinders that grind like there's no tomorrow. They grind their f***ing socks off. They make the casual grinders look broke. These hardcore grinders have the Sigma male grind set. What am I talking about? These guys are hardwired into every newswire notification, so they can calculate the most efficient way of getting more money. Hey, we're roommates. Hold on, gotta check this. 2 times money this week. Babe, cancel that date. I'm grinding. But honey, you need to pick the kids up from school. The kids can walk home. I'm grinding. But it's 15 miles. Where are your socks? I told you, I'm f***ing grinding. I don't really know what that was. But you can spot a grinder in GT Online mainly by their actions, as they rarely dress the same. Some dress in suits, some look like tryhards, but they're all out getting that money. Most of their time is spent minding their own business, just trying to get their jobs done. However, that is sometimes not possible to do. Grinders arguably have one of the toughest times in the game. Not only do Rockstar shaft them with the most monotonous missions known to man, but players specifically go out of their way just to grief these guys. Right, so what you gotta do is drive to the other side of the map to pick up a trailer, and then bring it back. How hard can it be? Is there anything else I need to know? Not really. Just don't drive too fast, or I shall lose money. Right, and don't hit anything, or I shall lose money. Okay, sounds easy. Oh, and we've broadcasted what you're doing to the entire lobby with an incentive for them to kill you. Bruh. And we've given them vehicles that are basically impossible to counter. Oh, this. So yeah, grinders have it hard. These guys are riddled with PTSD from their cargo getting destroyed, so can sometimes be wary of anyone getting close. You can usually catch a grinder on any of these vehicles because they're quite useful for doing PvP, but if you do encounter them, don't be aggressive, maybe offer to help them out, but let's get on to ranking them. First up, we have skill. They're usually pretty good and know what they're doing when it comes to PvP and PvE. Personally, I think they're just a little bit cringe, mainly down to how serious they can take it. They're obviously have a lot of money, can be relatively friendly and are fairly predictable. They're not likely to turn around and randomly grief you unless you provoke it. But now, the next type of person, the tryhard. Now, if there's one area of GTA that I have a lot of experience in, it's this. The name tryhard in GTA Online is a little bit different to other games. In most games, it means someone that is usually really good, abuses most of the game's mechanics, and probably doesn't go outside. With GTA, it's all of that, minus the actual being good part. To reflect this, I'm going to briefly explain a few of the different types of tryhards there are. In fact, if you enjoyed this video, let me know if I should do a full section on all the different kinds of tryhards. If you want that, just drop a like. But yeah, let's keep going. So first up, there's the wannabe tryhard. These guys suck. Their natural skill is so low, they've resorted to using the cringiest tactics to try and make themselves feel better about the fact that they're complete dog shit. They have the generic tryhard face paints, hair and outfits, and do the typical suicide loop so they're hard to kill. Honestly, I hate these guys. They see the KD ratio as some sort of dick measuring contest, and maybe, if their KD is high enough, they can forget about the fact that they'll never feel the touch of a woman. Then we have the score warriors. Sometimes these guys can be good because of how smart they play, especially against other score warriors, for example Staining. But slowly they've evolved to be overwhelmed with the score, that they see it as a defining factor of who is better. You kill someone once while they're AFK with the auto cannon, that means you're infinitely better. They will use every tactic in the book to try and get kills and sacrifice any shred of dignity they might have had. The phrase, "it's in the game to be used," will be tossed around a lot, which, for some players, justifies their use of God mode glitches. On the topic of God mode, these guys love RC cars. They have infinite range and can be used to kill other players, and if you get blown up, it doesn't even count as a kill. Honestly, Rockstar needs to rework these, like maybe give them a battery life or something, I don't know. These players will spend most of their time hiding either off radar, in a facility, or like I said before, in an RC car, for sometimes hours on end. I think they're hiding from their responsibilities of being a functioning member of society. In an actual fair fight, 90% of these players will get absolutely demolished, but that's exactly why they don't play fair. Some wannabes evolve into this type of player so they can trick themselves into thinking they're good or smart. A good example would be my encounters with this Griefer crew. These guys suck. These God mode glitches off the radar, autocannon, and when I finally get them in a somewhat fair fight, they don't last more than 2 kills. But that's to be expected. Depending on your definition of a tryhard, you can include players like me in this category. I would call myself more just a PvP player rather than a tryhard, but this is why I kind of want to do another video explaining them all. But enough ranting, it's ranking time. So put skill right bang in the middle. You can get some tryhards that are really good, but then you've got the atrociously bad players that balances it out. Cringe is obviously quite high because, my god, the way that some of these people play is one of the saddest things I've ever seen. And I've seen Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. A lot of tryhards have mod accounts to fund their autocannon addiction, so that's why money is quite high. Friendliness is pretty low because even though tryhards only really fight other tryhards and their crippling depression, if you encounter one, they'll probably try and kill you. And finally, predictability is pretty high because you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. Next up, we have the Griefer. Everyone likes to feel happy, even if it doesn't happen anymore. Some find joy in hanging out with friends, playing sports, travelling, maybe even a bit of gaming.
I don't want me when you have macros, you have soft.
This is a feeling the Griefer has never felt. To make up for it, they make it their goal to ruin everyone else's fun around them. They often look similar to the tryhard with the thermal goggles and kind of military-esque outfit, but they don't usually have the face paints. But what they do have is a hard-on for cargo grinders. Like the tryhards, these guys completely suck. If you show any sort of resistance to fighting back, they'll either hide until you've disappeared or just leave the session and find someone else to grief. I've made many videos of players like this and they're all pretty much the same. They grief on oppressor, you kill them, they leave, repeat. In fact, I've turned myself into a griefer with the sole purpose of griefing other griefers. In fact, with the guy on screen, it got to the point where even the sight of me joining their session would just make them leave because they knew that they couldn't do anything to stop me. Unfortunately, griefing is so ingrained in their tiny little schools that no matter how much I fuck them up, they don't stop it. It's a shame there's not someone like me in every session. I made a video where I went after a whole crew that devoted themselves to griefing, and every player was the same. They're all cowards. They can only fight players that are defenceless, which means they don't even enjoy the challenge of fighting someone that might actually fight back. They just enjoy annoying others. This makes them, in my opinion, some of the worst people in the game. And if their actions online are anything to go by, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't particularly nice people in real life. However, no one can prove that, as they probably haven't even met another human being. Anyway, it's ranking time. First up, skill. Griefers suck. They only pick fights with people that can't fight back, so that makes them the worst of the worst. Cringiness is obviously very high. Don't think I've got to explain that one. Money is usually pretty high as well because they have mod accounts or have glitched money. They are not friendly whatsoever, and because all they do all day every day is grief, they are very predictable. But finally, the last category, introducing the cheater. No, this kind. First up, if someone cheats in their own time and doesn't do anything to affect anyone else, then I don't mind that. For example, I met a modder and he put some really cool lights around a car show that we're having. I also randomly met a guy that was modding and helped me do some Rockstar Editor clips. These are the cheaters I don't mind, but the ones I do mind are the ones that use cheats to gain an advantage. Now, cheaters are synonymous with PC, but cheaters can be a thing on console as well. Just take the countless God mode glitches, for example. The problem that I have with them is that I find having a challenge part of the fun of any game. When you resort to cheating, the challenge disappears, so I can't
If I
see where
play
you get
GTA
enjoyment.
5 and
Yeah,
if
maybe
I
the
want
naughty
to
being God mode can be exciting,
modder,
but surely not
I'll
for very
just
long.
find out
There's
where
the
they
Usain
will
Bolt trigger bot mods,
kill
but
them,
deep down that they aren't
gone.
good enough to win fights, so there isn't any real satisfaction
That's
in
why I
that.
don't
And when
play
you use mods like this, it's just
Xbox
another form
or
of griefing.
any
Basically,
game.
at this point, you've already lost.
I'll play
People
real
that use
life.
glitches like the God mode glitch on
Where I'm
console
at
as well
now.
are many better.
I'm
It really
against you,
just
for
shows you're not
fuck's sake.
confident in your own skill.
I've anger
It's just a shame
issues.
Rockstar never does anything about it. Anyway, it's ranking
No problem.
time.
If
Skill
someone
is the lowest it can
kill
be,
me in
because
game,
anyone that
I'm
has used
most
any
likely
form of
find
cheats
out where
just
they will
instantly sucks. The
kill
only exception I
themselves
will make is
in real
modded
life.
money, because I have modded money and it doesn't
Then
really affect
go
your
back to my
perceived
country.
skill
They don't
or
live in my
grieve anyone in the
country.
process. Cringe is pretty high because if
That's
you
why I
need to
don't
use
play
cheats
GTA
to
5 online,
supposedly
dude.
beat someone, then that's pretty cringe.
Jenga.
Money is also very high because it's likely modded, and friendliness and predictability are both in the middle because there are both friendly and unfriendly cheaters, but it just depends how you interact with them. But anyway, this is the end of the video. I've actually put in a lot of effort, so
project, and Joe got the portal, so I think we should do the
So
portal
no
inside
problem.
the operating room. That was the one. That was where they found the boot. Yeah, that here on the right. Here we go. Alright guys, I just want to step aside really quick and just say
Let's just
we're
go
now
now.
alone for the entire night in Norwich. Now we're going to do part 1 here. We're going to see how this goes no matter what. Even if we had a dead night, we're coming back because we have the nurses section, the orphanage section. There's still so much here. Just how we did a Penhurst part 2 or a Trans-Allegheny part 1 and part 2. If you're not familiar with my series, it's called Beyond the Dark. You have to check it out. And to do that, just click on the link down below. Go to my main channel. You'll see how there's a Beyond the Dark playlist. Watch all the videos where we have part 1s and part 2s for the very big places. Alright, so we are now setting up. We have the portal running, and what do you got out there?
Motion sensor.
Okay, for the hallway, right?
Yeah, microwave motion sensor. What row are we in?
No way, that just said lobotomy. No way. I mean, I wasn't sure if I heard it, but I heard something. John. That said John 100%.
Buffy Buffer. Buffy True shit.
Right there, that was creepy.
Buffy
There are any
True.
former patients here.
Right now.
If you're a patient, you're a patient. That seems great.
What are you doing?
I could have sworn it said patient. It sounded like patient.
Me? Can you tell us your name, please? Is that a dog? Me?
Who's here with us?
Were you a patient here at one time?
If you're a patient, can you please say patient?
Patient! Get the fuck out of here. Crazy. Hello, in a girl's voice. You heard that? Yeah, I did.
Hello. My name is John.
My name is Seth. I am Josh.
I'm Joe.
like thinking we heard it.
Yeah.
Can you say it again, please? This is a slice of what? Pointing at it. It said I heard it. I heard pizza. I swear to God, bro, I heard pizza. That's insane.
Do you want this piece of pizza?
A bun. Fuck off.
No. Leave. I heard leave. Leave would allow leave. Right? Well, maybe not. I heard leave.
I heard it too.
Okay, here we go. Last stay, stay.
Alright. Are you okay if I close the pizza box? What was the name of the pizza place? Can you read that? Can you read that? It starts with an N. Nino's! It fucking said Nino's.
But not bun.
I heard pizza or Nino's, but I did hear pizza like 3 fucking times.
I heard Nino's.
Yeah. Dude, that's a kid's voice. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy.
Thank you.
That is nuts.
I love you.
They're gonna whoop you.
This thing stands way fast. You can even hear us getting It took me like 20 hours to build this studio.
Damn, that was a solid first session.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
That is what. That's the Beyond the Dark special here. You know, that's what we give to you guys. Authentic, real.
Even build our own
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, seriously. That was so good.
All right, you guys ready?
Are you ready, Grissom? I got you.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. All right, you talked to us earlier through the spirit box. Can you come over and tell us your name of that blinking red light?
Oh my God, that was hay.
You patient?
Oh my God, that was hay.
Or were you one of the staff?
Did anybody die in this room?